Welcome back to Wilson's Reviews, and today I'm going to finally review the BFG. I apologize for people who've been waiting for this review, and I'm sorry it is taking me this long to review it, but on with it. The BFG, boom, bought it on DVD, thought I'd give it a review. Now, let's talk about it. BFG is an adapted film from a book from Roald Dahl, and it is a favorite book of mine from when I was a kid. I like this book. I've read it a whole bunch of times. I used to love reading it. It was an interesting story, and I liked it. It was just one of those books that I just liked to pick. I liked rereading it. It's an awesome story, and yeah, I think there was a little bit of a book you could make into a movie. Now I didn't know they made an animated movie a while before this live adaptation of the BFG, but now we got one. Now it's going to be hard because I have to be very critical of the story and all that because I've read the story and I know the story from back to front pretty much, and I can pretty much tell you that this film is really good. It is really good. I enjoyed it. I can't really say much of I didn't dislike it. There were a few scenes I might have not liked, but what else am I supposed to say? I liked it. It was good. They changed a lot about the story to probably perhaps make it into a bigger film. This film goes on for quite some time. I'm not sure what the runtime is, but you can check it out on Google if you're interested. But yeah, but it is directed by Steven Spielberg, one of my favorite directors of all time, and it stars Mark Rylance as the BFG, Ruby Barnhill as Sophie, Jermaine Clement as the Flesh Slump Eater, who is one of the other giants that you'll meet, Rebecca Hall as Mary, Penelope Wilton as the Queen of England, and Bill Hader as the Blood Bottler. Just to name a few, just because they're ones. I can't name all the giants because otherwise I'll have to go through all the voice actors. If you're interested in that, go on Google. What is the BFG about? Well, it's about this little girl called Sophie, and she's in an orphanage in England, and she is taken from her bed during the witching hour, as she calls it, away from her bedroom because she spotted a giant known as the BFG. I'm a little bit scared of this giant because this giant is explaining to her that giants are like these man-eating cannibals and they eat humans and all this other stuff, but little does she know that the BFG is actually the good giant, the one that doesn't eat people. And they build this relationship of bond of she learns from him and he learns from her a lot of different things in this beautiful relationship they have together as they're both kind of lonely, they both kind of needed a friend, and you learn a bit of his story that Sophie wasn't the first human he interacted with, that he actually had another friend who was a boy who apparently taught him how to read. Now this is where I feel like that they didn't need to change some of this stuff. The BFG, which I felt like a human teaching the giant to read was a little bit silly, because I felt like in the book it was better explained how he taught himself how to read, how he was able to steal the book and then learn to read himself. It's fine, it didn't need to be changed. One of those things, you didn't have to change that. It didn't have to be changed to make more sense. It's oh, well, the kid taught him how to read. Well, the giant can teach himself how to read. It's not like he's dumb. He's actually probably one of the smarter giants out of the lot of them that he interacts with. So, what else do I have? John Williams does the music and the score for this film, and it is excellent. I love John Williams, and I love the way that him and Steven Spielberg can work together and just make this movie move so additions of music and all that. And then I just liked all those themes. I didn't have one problem with them. What else did I like about the film? The CGI is amazing. It is pretty cool how they use all the different kinds of CGI they use. And yeah, the BFG is really well designed. They pretty much got him really down pat. They gave him a random goatee and a beard, which I was like, they didn't need to do that. he was fine being bald, but maybe that's because if they made him bald, he might have looked a bit funny, so that's why they thought, oh, maybe a bit of hair there might have looked a little bit better. So that's just a little bit of his choice of actor was excellent. She was excellent choice. Ruby Barnhill. Sorry, I had to use my notes. She was excellent choice. She was really good throughout the most of the film, interacting with the BFG. I know wouldn't be easy trying to interact with a CGI, for most of the film, because it is just this big CGI like fest. Like it's hard to see what is real, what's not real. Like, the parts where they're in the Queen's house and all that kind of does seem a little bit real. Like the sets and all that would have been made really well like that. Looked really regal like, and yeah, there was a lot of great scenes I loved about this film. That book, like when he eats like breakfast with the Queen, to when he's just traveling to Dreamland and traveling through the giant country. That was just beautiful visuals and beautiful CGI. Like, I love that. The voice acting is also very good. Each giant is picked very well for their voice actors, and it is great. Like, and you can tell the difference between the giants, like how big the other giants are compared to the BFG. The BFG is like the runt of the pack. What else do I have to talk about this? Like I said, everything else is pretty good. There is not really much that brings this film down. There was a couple of few scenes where you didn't necessarily need that. There was a scene where where Sophie's like worried about like the BFG leaving her, but it's like they didn't really build that up enough for that to happen. He's like, well, hang on, if I go to take you to the Queen and stuff like that, I'll lose you or something like that. Like they didn't build up that transitions well enough to that. I felt like there's just a few scenes that I picked, like that scene, another scene where he leaves her back at the orphanage just for a random reason. It was like that he was trying to prove a point that he didn't want to kidnap her. Like, I felt like could have been that he could have done without that, and could have put a bit of him like explaining how humans are killing humans, like, and trying to make it like the giants aren't really like they kind of just thought like, yeah, giants are the bad guys. Like, whereas in the book it kind of explains that the BFG is like, well, humans are no different. They kill humans every day, and they're really the only things that kill each other. Whereas giants don't kill each other; they just sort of fight with each other. And, that, and like I would have liked to see some of that stuff instead of some of the scenes that we saw. But that's okay. I guess they had to take certain things out of certain films and had to change it, and writers and all that. So maybe the writing stuff could. Sorry, that was my phone. So really, what else is there any other negatives I got to talk about? Not really. Nothing really. This is a great movie, guys. I have had so much fun with this. It's a little bit of a long film, so you gotta sit down for a bit and watch it and take your time with it, because it is like a film like that. It is a great film though. I liked it. The visuals are great. The voice track is good. The voice acting is good. The score is awesome. The CGI is awesome, and the actors are awesome. Everything is all pretty good about this film. They did it justice. I felt like it was told the BFG story really well, and it stuck to the book very well at many times. There were a few things changed. I can understand that, and that's fine. So I'm going to give the BFG an 8 out of 10. It is an excellent film, worth your time, worth your money, worth $18 that I spent to purchase this film. So go out. Thank you again for supporting Wilson's review. If you like, I have a YouTube channel. Go to my other YouTube channel and check it out. It's just full of other reviews. If you're interested, you can check them out, like them. If you're interested in my content and want more, subscribe and wait for more, guys. Thank you again for your support, and see you guys soon with 50 Shades of Grey. See you guys.